come into our lives that we couldn't allow in before. Now, a receiving blind spot occurs when you're operating more as a human doing versus a human being. And the reason I highlight this is because many of us know the skill set of doing. We know how to work hard. However, the less familiar skill set is the power that produces tangible results in your life, known as receiving or being. Being is receiving. Being a human being is incredibly powerful, but most of us have become disconnected around how to harness that power. So we do that in consciousness, and I do that by illuminating blind spots. So with that, I'm actually going to tell you the punchline first, and then we're going to unpack the blind spots and how this works. All right. So the number one reason you're not receiving more of what you want right now is because you're not receiving what you're being given right now. You're not receiving it. So how is this possible? All right. Well, the blind spot I'm going to illuminate is what I call the getting blind spot. The getting blind spot. Most people, most hardworking, goal-oriented people think receiving is about getting. So we look at it like the hunter who wants to get the prize or get, the target, right? Getting and receiving are different. And so it's about understanding what receiving actually is. Once you understand what receiving actually is, which is why I teach it, because I have found that most people don't know how to receive, then all sorts of things become available to you. So getting is about catching, keeping, and arriving. In other words, getting, by definition, includes a full stop. Once you've caught it, once you've kept it, once you've arrived, you have stopped. Okay? And stop can equal stuckness. Now, sometimes stopping is the most powerful thing you can do because it allows you to stop what isn't working, like when you're overdoing, breathe, and shift gears. So sometimes we need to come to a full stop. But when we're pursuing our goals and dreams, the catching, the keeping, and the arriving, which is a full stop, can actually produce unsatisfaction, lack of fulfillment. Because here's what happens. When we stop and we get the prize and we enjoy it for a moment, then what? Then we're back to hunting. So fulfillment and receiving is a different thing. So let's talk about that. What is receiving actually? Receiving is about experiencing, feeling, and movement. So you feel fulfilled. You don't catch fulfill, get fulfilled, arrive. It's an illusion. This is a grand illusion. We think once we've arrived, we'll be happy forever. That is not how life works. And the more that we approach life that way, each time we are dissatisfied or we're wanting something else, we tend to view it through this lens of, oh no, I haven't arrived. I haven't gotten there yet. What am I doing wrong? Why is this happening again? So it just keeps perpetuating this lack of fulfillment and dissatisfaction. But when you understand that fulfillment is a feeling that moves through you, and then there's the next thing that moves through you, and the next thing that moves through you, and life is always offering kindness and joy and fulfillment. If you don't get stuck, if you don't stop the flow, then you can open up to experiences and manifestations and joy in ways better than you ever imagined. So the getting blind spot occurs when you keep pursuing these prizes, these goals, these end results, like it's going to provide lasting fulfillment. It's impossible. Lasting fulfillment comes from a way of being. Think about it in your physical world, okay? So I see people who have goals about losing weight all the time, and they arrive at their goal, and that's great. And then what? You have to keep doing what you did and eating the way you did and exercising and relating to your whole regime for the rest of your life. So how do you experience fulfillment once you've reached your target? Well, if you don't relate to it correctly, then it becomes about maintenance. And if you don't have a relationship to maintenance that's fulfilling and joyful, then keeping your weight the way you want it becomes a grind and a bummer, right? But if you have joy and the feelings of fulfillment, you found the alignment with your way of being in relationship to your eating and exercise, then you can have a fulfilling, joyful relationship with your body, with food, and with exercise. Same thing with money goals. We tend to think when I get that magic number in my account, then I'll be happy, then I'll be free. No, you won't. Because the next day, you're going to be making decisions about that money. You might be looking at how to grow it, how to keep it, how to save it, how to avoid taxes. What if I have to spend it? Where's the next money coming from? So do you see things that are kind of focused like a target, have an end result, do not provide lasting fulfillment. But when you relate to money from a place of flow, of relationship with money, of cash flow, of movement, experiencing it, enjoying how money is in your life, a relationship with it rather than a thing that you capture, then you start to tap into receiving. Okay? So that's the getting blind spot. And so how does this tie into the number one reason you're not receiving more of what you want right now? Well, as I said, the punchline is because you're not receiving what life is giving you right now. In other words, for you to receive more of what you want right now, you must become more interested, more committed, more focused on being a great receiver rather than getting what you want. Focusing on the receiving skill set is about how do I stay open to the flow? How do I keep being an invitation to the flow? When I get stuck, how do I get unstuck and open the flow? If you keep that flow going, which means you're receiving what you're being given right now, and instead of I'm getting something I don't like, let me wrestle with it, stops the flow. I got what I wanted. I got it. Getting, right? I got what I wanted. How do I not lose it? More stuckness, stop the flow. Right? We need to learn how to relate to everything that life has given us, experience it fully, both the things that we do want and the things that we don't want. Have an empowered relationship with whatever life is giving us so that the flow continues. And when you understand how to do this, you start to deepen and develop a relationship with life where you feel safe, where you actually know in the depths of your cells that life always offers kindness, even when things are not going the way you would like, even when it hurts, even when it's challenging. If you know how to receive it, yes, pain is inevitable. That's a part of life. Some struggle in life is natural, but much of it is learned. And we struggle unnecessarily when we battle or protect ourselves or hold on to attachment or resistance to the things we don't want. That stops the flow and that causes pain to turn into suffering. But when you know how to relate to pain in a way that is nurturing and allows movement and flow, it will pass. And then the next thing will come and the next thing will come. And that's how you open up to fulfillment that lasts. You start to really trust in the kindness of life. And you relax into the safety of this relationship with life. So that's the number one reason that you're not receiving more of what you want right now. It's probably because you're focusing more on getting what you want than learning how to be a great receiver, what I call a fortunate receiver. Why do I call it fortunate? Because good fortune means receiving things from unknown or unexpected sources or channels. That's what we tap into with receiving. And what kind of results do people get? All kinds. Right away, people's sense of anxiety or distress over not being able to get what they want or work really hard, or anxiety about the unknown starts to relax because they start to learn how to relate to that. So inner peace, less anxiety. People start to experience an opening to love in the relationships that they've had all along because they didn't know how to open to it. So an empowered relationship with your emotions. These kinds of things, joy and freedom, open up in our inner world. And then in our outer world, job opportunities, relationships, manifest and flourish. Money comes in, sales close, houses manifest, pregnancies happen. I see it all the time. This is why I do what I do. It is so fulfilling to me to help people open up to what is already here. Already here for them, already here for you. So I hope that this is inspiring you. And as far as today's message, it was inspired by this card. Let me just turn off my little phone alarm here. This card is, let's see if I can get it, be selective. And the mantra is, I am willing to be pleasantly surprised. So when you're not attached to controlling and getting, you can stay open to being willing to be pleasantly surprised. And this invites more and better. It's so fun. It's a great mantra. It's one of my clients' favorite mantras across the board. So if you want to get your own Receive Oracle cards, go to receivecarddeck.com. It'll take you to my Amazon store link. That's the card deck. I just got a new 5-star review. I'm very excited. and more are coming. So get your own. And I invite you to join the Receive community. It's here on Facebook. I'll be including the links moving forward. And if you'd like to learn more about the Be Unselective card, which is about being unselective about what life gives you to stay open to the flow, then check the link I'll be including with the original video when I did a whole unpacking of that particular card. If you like this, please share. It helps me reach the people that I'm here to serve. Click on the red subscribe button if you're on YouTube. Look above and below for helpful hints and links. And I will see you at the next Rise and Receive. Bye, everybody.